Snake! Snake! Nice. Ah, crud. I'm really not sure what to do about the stream constantly freezing, guys. I don't really know what to do about it. Um, I mean, I can try tweaking some settings in OBS, but to my understanding, it's mostly just an internet thing, and there's really nothing I can do about that on that side of the fence. But I was about to do a David Hayter Snake impression, but I don't think it would be very good. Oh my goodness. But anyway, let's just run through these documents, these screenshots. So this is a screen cap of the document itself, and you know, just stuff like that. So, and then we have Jamie's response. Here, let me just shrink this down to make it. There we go. Hashtag Reels Jamie Markey. There you go. There you go. Yeah, exactly. And job is to tell people they're getting soon. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now that makes sense, Jameson. Thanks a lot. But I mean, but either way, again, she didn't answer at any point. She didn't answer. Therefore, she pretty much lost. She effectively automatically lost. So, the jelly bean story, I like that. So, someone posted this to Marky's Twitter, and she responded with, "Ooh, papers." What she hasn't lost yet, or what do you mean? Like, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying that she lost just because she didn't answer the door. What I mean is that, you know, I mean, if she didn't respond to the document within a certain amount of time, I think, you know, oh my gosh, David, you just made my morning. You just made my morning, my friend. Oh my gosh. So, someone better serve her at a convention. I completely agree with that, man. I totally agree with that. But, oh, whoops. I just realized this entire time my webcam wasn't visible. Oh my gosh. That's a kind of a funny situation there. But, so it may be serviced by newspaper. That's a possibility. I mean, I don't really know, but anyway. So this one that really got me late was she started taking passages from the Bible, and so I looked it up. The passage does indeed say this. It does indeed say this, but she basically quotes 2 Kings 2:24, and I don't really know what she was getting at. I don't really know what she was getting at with this. So, let's just go on to the next one. Nah, I didn't search. I saw the post re-uploaded by us, Vic Stans, as you call us. I call you Stains. Yeah, and I affectionately refer to you as human garbage. Meanwhile, I don't refer to you at all. I was about to say something rhetorical, but this one kind of sums it up. Even though you just did, pretty much, here's the thing with these people. They say that, you know, I mean, you know, it's kind of like, did any of you guys in the chat see Batman v Superman at all? At all? Because it's kind of a similar thing where, you know, Batman's pissed off at Superman for enacting his own brand of vigilante justice. Superman's upset at Batman for enacting his own brand of vigilante justice. And so they're both, you know, they're enormous hypocrites. They are enormous hypocrites. That's exactly what these people are. Is that, you know, the moment is that, you know, they'll call us stuff, and then people will call them out for it, and they'll be like, I didn't do that. I didn't do any of that. You know, stuff like that. So this is insane. This is insane. But looks like that's the end of that spirit of that one there. Let's just see if there's any more. Here's an oldie but a goodie. Okay, sure thing. Thanks a lot, Jamson. I'll definitely do that. But did you I forget. Were you taking the bar exam or the LSAT or something like that? I don't exactly remember. It was probably a few streams ago. But anyway, she also quoted Deuteronomy. Oh yeah. Let me Oh sweet. How do you think you did, man? How do you think you did? But let me just see here. So I was actually sent these by a follower of mine, and so let me just Oh, it's you, Nappa. How you doing? But anyway, so it's funny because Jules is actually in the he's actually in our back room right now, and so I'm kind of amused that he got on the stream. What's up, buddy? What's up? But anyway, so take it July. It's 20-hour test over 3 days. Okay, well, I mean, I've never really taken the LSAT, although I do proctor for it. I do proctor for it over in Walnut Creek every now and then. So, okay, so this is where she quotes Deuteronomy verbatim, and he that is wounded in the stones or hath his privy member cut off shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Hashtag Tuesday motivation. Hashtag Tuesday motivation. And apparently that was in response to this. Jeremiah 25:35. You will find no place to hide. There will be no way to escape. Actually, I'm curious. Let me let's see. Let me see here. What was that? What was that passage? Deuteronomy. Whoops, my bad. I think I had the wrong page open, but I'll look it up later. But anyway, so yeah, she's basically taking passages out of the Bible, pretty much out of context in a way, because if you guys remember from way back when this thing first started, I'm sorry, when this thing first started, she said that she wanted Vix, you know what, on a, served to her on a platter. And so essentially what she's saying is, by taking this passage, she's basically saying that he's not gonna enter into the presence of the Lord because you know, she wants his member. Which is really messed up. It's really messed up, and hate to break it to you, Sunshine, but you don't know anything about the you don't seem to know anything about the New Testament, because if you read the New Testament, Christ himself states, "This is the new covenant in my blood." We don't live under that. We don't live under that old covenant anymore, because hashtag sweet cheeks, I like that. But what I was trying to say was, we don't live under that old law anymore. Because here's the thing, God knew from the beginning that people wouldn't be able to obey the 10 Commandments. He knew that from the beginning. And that's why he sent Jesus. That's why he sent Jesus to pay the price for our sins. But in doing so, because here's the thing. Back in the Old Testament times, in order to please God, you literally had to make sacrifices. You had to make sacrifices. You had to... you had to either be a prophet or a holy king like David. But I mean, it was almost impossible. It was almost impossible. And Deuteronomy I mean, this, I mean, because, you know, so he gave them the Ten Commandments. They couldn't obey it. No one could. I mean, it was insane. I mean, because here's the thing: with the Ten Commandments, if anyone broke even one of those, they broke pretty much all of them. Because there's this passage in the New Testament where, you know, Jesus is talking with this elder. He's talking with this Pharisee, and the Pharisee says to him, you know, he's like, what? He asks him, what is the greatest commandment? And Jesus, I think he says like something from the Ten Commandments or something like that. And the guy claims to have kept all of them, when you know that he was lying through his teeth, because one of them is not to steal or something like that. And so, yeah, so pretty much from the very beginning, God knew that, you know, no one could live out the Ten Commandments fully. Not even David. Even David couldn't. And he was a man after God's own heart. But yeah, so enter the New Testament and enter Christ, however, and when Christ died on the cross, he paid the penalty for our sins, but not just that, he also wiped the old covenant away. In other words, we don't live under this anymore. We don't live under this anymore. It's good to know. It's good to know, you know, where... It's good to know the process. And it's fascinating to me to know the history. I love learning the history about this stuff. But in terms of, you know, living by it, we don't live by this anymore. Because again, we have a new covenant in Christ's blood, but that's besides the point. So she's basically taking these out of context. You shall not bear a false report. Do not join your hand with a wicked man to be a malicious witness. Which is exactly what she's doing. That's exactly what she's doing. Let's, I think there was one more. Okay, yeah, okay, so this was essentially the same as, the one over here, so I guess we're done with that, so. Let's see. I'm accusing @MarkyMark of racism and of racism, and unlike Vic's accusers, I actually have proof, but of course you'll ignore me because I'm not a woman. Did you see Vic's confrontation with the Christian protesters? Yes, I did. Yes, I did, actually. It was... Oh my gosh, I mean, it was really good. I think it was a really good thing that he did, because... Here's the thing. God is He's a God of love. He's a loving God. He's a caring God. He's a caring God. He doesn't... How do I say this? He loves us. He wants us to come to him openly. He doesn't want anyone to talk down to us about, you know, not really talk down to us, but he doesn't, I mean, here was my issue. So, these Christian protesters were basically at a con, and they were protesting, against the people there, but, and that's not really the problem. You know, they were trying to share the gospel. That's not the problem. The problem was the way they were doing it, because literally they had signs up. And I'm not against a sign ministry, but literally all they had was wrath, fire and brimstone, the fires of hell await you, or something like that. It was something like that. We didn't really get a clear image of the sign itself, at least from what I can remember about the video. But yeah, like, but I mean, that's not the way to reach people. That's not the way you should reach people for the gospel. And Vic was absolutely right. You need to tell people about his unconditional love for them. Because, I mean, so many people, so many kids, even today, so many kids are chastised for liking anime, for cosplaying, for spending money at conventions, for doing all of this stuff. They say that God hates that and stuff like that. But, in reality... He loves them just as they are. And, you know, I mean, if he didn't, I mean, there wouldn't be salvation. There really wouldn't be salvation. I don't mean to turn this stream into a sermon or anything, but, I mean, you know, I mean, that was the main problem that I had with those protesters, is that they were saying, you know, hellfire and brimstone, the gates of hell await you, or something like that. And, I mean, it just, rubbed me the wrong way. It rubbed me the wrong way on that. Um, but yeah, I think Vic did a wonderful thing. He did a wonderful thing by standing up for the community. Not in a... The thing I loved most of all is he didn't attack them. He didn't attack them. He criticized them. He gave them constructive feedback. He didn't attack them. It didn't get physical. He didn't do anything that would be considered illegal. Instead, he simply went up and he's like, hey, what's going on? I voice, anime and for animated series and stuff like that. And what I found is that, is that these kids are talked about, they're talked down to because of what they like. And people don't remind them that there's a God that loves them exactly for who they are. And stuff like that. And so the mangaka that created Trigun and Blood Blockade Battlefront is a Christian. Wow, that's cool. Look at the tweets he sent out. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Oh, whoops, my bad. Alright, let's see. Back to school. This one? Is this it? Okay, I don't think this is it. I don't think that's it. So, I guess we can keep going until until Jameson says it's him or not. But anyway. So, ran through that screenshot already. Ran through that already. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, this was, So here it is. Why are you ducking a subpoena, Jamie? You couldn't wait to go to court. Are you, Ron, and Monica regretting your lies? You're wrong in many ways, but the only way I can assist you... But the only one I can assist you with is learning the difference between a subpoena and a summons. Google it and good luck. I hear lawsuits and getting served is pretty crazy. I wouldn't know. Ah, jeez. What a... Wow, pretty slimy. Pretty slimy. That person is already blocked. I don't mute haters, I block them. I block them. Nothing gets people to open their door to strangers faster than death threats and harassment. You can... Oh, come on! A subpoena and a summons are not harassment, you idiot. Oh my gosh. These people, literally everything that we're doing to them is considered harassment by them. Don't mind me, I'm just here hiding in my home. Oh, and walking my dogs, getting groceries, pet supplies, Target, eating a lot, planting and taking care of my front yard garden, working, attending announced conventions. I am the best hider in all the land. I'd say that what she's doing here is pretty pathetic. It's really pathetic. Since you know you're getting served one way or the other... Since you know you're getting served one way or another, why not just make arrangements with the process servers to get your papers? Why should I have to make arrangements with anyone when they can just file a motion and tape it to the door? I can't believe you're questioning advice from Twitter, Jamie. It's obviously where all the best lawyers are. Well, Twitter and YouTube. Don't forget the brilliance that shoots out of that. That. Foolishness. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay, so let's just go through these, I guess. Infamous is not helping sexual assault survivors. So-called victims like Monica need to watch Lamy Nassar's sentencing hearing to sexual assault survivors. Wow, these are pretty hot. These are pretty hardcore. These are pretty hardcore. This is my very first tweet ever. After seeing your GoFundMe, I can no longer stay silent. Have you ever looked into the eyes of a man who went to jail for an assault he did not commit? Have you ever looked into the eyes of a child assaulted? I have, and it is a look that one can never forget. Courts are not like Twitter, and I look forward to your case and Monica's too. And do not think the courts are run like Twitter. That's the thing is, the actual court of law and Twitter are two completely different things. They're two completely different things. But anyway. Also, why would a guy cheat with a woman that is less attractive than his wife? Oh, this is talking about ProJared. I'm not gonna get into that. Sorry. I'm not gonna get into that. Yeah, it's pretty messy. It's really messy, and it's very disturbing as well. I'm not gonna get into that whatsoever. But anyway, I wish I could DM you at Heidi. At least want you to know that I think you will come out on top. On top. I seem to remember that there is someone in jail now for violating the Hatch Act. The Hatch Act? Or prosecute Carrie, which is it? Should Trump pardon him or prosecute Carrie? As a Dallas resident and Texan, wish I could take you to get a bite to eat or something to show you how real men act. Hope you have a great time in Texas. He must be stopped. He needs to stop pushing his faith. Dare to share story. Oh wow, okay. Sorry if you guys can't make out the audio. OBS only allows me to put one to use one track. So what I can do though is I can actually put these in the description really quickly. Let me just do that. Since OBS. Here we go. Let's see here. Are we still online for you guys? Me, hey Jamie, high five Jamie, high fives me, Jamie. Ouch, you assaulted me! Nice, nice. Okay, because for some reason it's still saying that we're offline here, so just wanted to make sure. Oh wait, I think this is the same one. Prank calls my mom. Okay, so honestly, I think this is the last one, but yeah. Okay, so alright, so let's just start watching these, I guess. There we go. Okay, so they should be in the description for you guys to check out, but let's go ahead and watch this. Nice. Right. Wow. That's awesome. Oh, no, you don't! Wow. Nice. Wow. Woo! Nice! That's awesome. Nice. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I see. Yeah, James, and I see it now. I see it now. Oh my gosh. He's kind of like what's that account? There's a parody Ron account called Ron Soye, and The stuff that they tweet is hilarious. The stuff that they tweet is hilarious. The one you're on is the best, huh? Well, we'll be seeing it here in a minute. Aww. That's awesome. That's awesome. And actually watch Fullmetal Alchemist. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Alright, okay, so there's one... Oh, here we go. There's one more here. Let me just paste this into the description really quickly. There we go. Alright, there we go. Jamie Thiel assaulted me. Me. Wow. You assaulted me. I'm suing. I summon the beard. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But anyway. At SJW Spider-Man. Oh my gosh, if you look at this video, the cop is obviously concerned about Vic. He must be stopped at all costs. Please support the officer and share this video. Let's see what it is. Oh yeah, he's real concerned. I think I've seen this actually. Oh yeah, he's real concerned. He's real concerned. Oh my gosh. Did you run from Miss Block you? Yes, unfortunately she did. Unfortunately she did. So I can no longer make fun of her or anything like that. Are you okay? Oh no. Oh no! I don't think he did. I don't think Spidey did. Let me let's wait until the end of this and then I'll check it out. And then I'll check out SJW Spidey. The thing is, I didn't even think I was worthy to be blocked by these guys. Cause I'm like, Oh yeah, the cop looks really concerned. He looked really concerned. Yeah, definitely. Oh, oh my god! Oh no! Hey, looks like the rain stopped. Oh no! Oh wow, the cop's really concerned. He's gone. Oh my gosh. Maybe he went to go get backup to bring them in and sit and laugh their butts off at this. Well, I mean that is true. He was a police officer. Vic was a police officer at one point. All to blame. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. That's awesome. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, and that okay, let's check really quickly to see if Spidey blocked me, I think. But yep, he blocked me even though I never followed him. He was an officer right after his year of teaching. A year of teaching? What, did he teach like music or something like that? Cuz okay, let's check this last one out. Ooh. That's awesome. Hi, Robin. Ooh. This ought to be great. Oh my gosh. I'm dying over here. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Yeah! That's awesome! Oh my gosh! Yay! Aww. Aww. That is so sweet! Yeah! That's amazing. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Um. Okay, so looking for the video where Todd tries to steal Vic's autograph line. I'm doing that right now, but Johnny Young Bosch steals my camera. Um. we were Todd have a cone to arrive for autographs for over an hour. Um. Run, Todd, run. Um. Anime Central 2009. Oh, sweet man. What's the title? What's the title? We'll look up this last video, and then we're gonna jump into the into more of the poll drama, as we're approaching the hour marker here. So I just realized I never asked how your days were going. How are So never too late to ask. Todd trying to get the Vic Mignogna line. Okay. To get the Vic. Oh, this one? This one here? Okay, sweet. Let's watch. Calls him out. That's awesome. That's awesome. Wait, wait, I don't think I caught what Todd said. About, you know, if you come over to my line. Go over there! That's amazing. Okay, let me take it back, because... Oh, he never managed to get it out. He never managed to get it out. Oh my gosh, that's even more priceless. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Woo! That almost made me cry. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. I'm calm. Okay. So, let's go on ahead and get into the, into some more, poll stuff. So, I actually had to rewatch the last stream that we did to figure, that I did to figure out, where we were, but I think this is where we were, on here. But, as you can see, there's a lot more stuff that's happened. It has over 400 pages now. So, let's see. I can't exactly remember where we left off on here. I think there's another video I found where they were dueling and fighting with lightsabers. Oh my gosh, that'd be great. That'd be great to show on this. On how valuable you are, they can absolutely cater to a +1 guest badge. If requested, I'm sure there's every possibility that if they were considering pressing legal action for having initially dropped Vic from the roster for the weekend, it wouldn't have taken a lot of convincing to allow Ty to have a compad badge. How about he paid his own fee? Did you ever think about that? No, you didn't. Because you're a Dumbo. Alright, let's go ahead and go on to the next one. Same channel, Leo Roberts. Okay. Let's see. Whoops, my bad. Okay. Yep. Whoops, my bad. Here, I'm just gonna search the same video up. Let me see here. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Justin Timberlake performing Mirrors. Let's see. Like yeah, there's a search option. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Perform a lightsaber battle. This ought to be good. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Whew, not bad. Not bad. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so let's just go through this. Pol is being Pol, insulting and slandering Thai Beard with their denial BS. At Rikita Law. Honestly, I'm disappointed with all these Fear the Beard nonsense. I really didn't expect some mouth-breathing grandpa. Can't even close the poll tab for one stream. Don't really know what that was about. Let's see. Depends on the con. Here, let's just go up to the most recent stuff. Cause I feel like this is stuff from like way in the past. Cause obviously it is, but let's see. Okay, how about 380? Oh wow, now there's 417 pages. Okay. Can't blame both sides when we don't even know if the UK one was going to even going to invite Vic to theirs. That being said, they could have looked at what happened at KamehamehaCon US and decided they didn't want the headache of both parties. Both parties? That's weird. Vic hasn't been invited to the UK event. He was disinvited in February at the same time as he was canned from the US one. Everyone publicly available suggests that both the US and UK KamehamehaCons are run by the same people. Video's unavailable, of course. Alright. Yo! That's nasty! Not reading that one. Hashtag cesspool. Exactly! Vic Mignogna apologizes at Back Anime 2019. Have any of us ever posted the whole thing? Pretty sure that there will be some gyms here. Cheer Boy's girlfriend was the camera woman. Really? Wow. Okay, so... Okay, so this was basically pulled from Twitter, and so let me just read this to you guys. The hashtag admitted by @JoshKnight first to originate from Mars Girl was introduced to the Twitter public as encouragement to listen and believe women who stepped forward with accusations of sexual misconduct. Over the next few months, hashtag KickVic proved to be a symbol of sexism and vigilantism. And vigilantism. We understood that both men and women can be victims. Victimization is not something that is limited by sex, and men should be encouraged just as much as women to step forward and speak out about their experiences. We understood that predators are capable of weaponizing sympathy towards the idea of being victimized to prey on others, and that some people would listen and believe without questioning or thinking critically on the subject. We understood the importance of innocence until proven guilty, and that it should apply toward all people who are accused of wrongdoing until those mere rumors are proven true. Today, we understand that KickVic is fundamentally wrong, yet the only people really perpetuating the hashtag are those who support Vic in attempts to address those on the other side who consistently refuse to listen and understand. Many of us have been blocked, either manually or by the use of bots, to shut out our voices. Some of us have been threatened with being deplatformed for our opinions and perspectives. Instead of trying to continue addressing members of the KickVic side, it would be much more beneficial to allow the hashtag to naturally cease to be relevant, and speak out in support of Vic and in support of one another. We should focus on the positives within our community and welcoming others to hear our story instead of the negatives of struggling to be heard. Honestly, I'd agree with that, because I mean, at this point, that hashtag is practically dead. That hashtag is practically dead now. Oh wow, and of course they have to use these gems of phrases like the peanut gallery, which is something a 5-year-old would use. This YouTuber named Charla has some history with Pol. That's interesting, but anyway. They have no self-awareness that their stand with Vic hashtag is essentially dead, and they use the use of KickVic tag themselves to continue the harassment and hate they started with us on the KickVic side. Blocking isn't silencing your voice for the peanut gallery. Blocking a personal decision you all have the right to. It is It'd serve y'all better to block us, by the way, than argue with us and harass us if you hate us so dang much. Blocking silences no one. You can still have your voice heard in the right place to the right people. Yeah, then why exactly are you trying to silence all of us? Why were you trying to silence all of us a few months ago? Why were you threatening to dox us? Why were you doing all of this stuff to us? Hypocritical much? Still feel blessed the con I went to had no mention of this stuff, and it was like a breath of fresh air. Then again, I don't think my local con tolerates stuff like that, and has handled past possible even sexual harassment issues with permanent bans from the con. Read the article. Perhaps if we add Vic to the new banner, they will understand who those girls really are. Jeez. What a moron. Oh wow, and it just keeps going up. It just keeps going up. There's 417 now. But I think she was targeted by polls. Someone tweeted about it. I decided to follow the person that tweeted about it. Okay. Let's see. Vic the only guest that goes above and beyond for his fans. People making the suggestion clearly don't know many con guests. An example of blah 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 blah. Well, to be honest, I've never really been to a major convention, so I don't really know if this is true or not. But it looks like CommandCon UK was the victim of not having a product worth paying for. People go to these things for the celebrity guests, so they needed a bigger lineup than just Sunny. The US CommandCon was stacked. Let's just keep going forward. Okay, so this is actually his fiance, or his ex-fiance now, I guess. But or his ex-fiance now, I guess. But oh, really? What have they been like, Jameson? I mean, because I've only been to one, and even then it was a really small one. It was in one of the towns I live next to. But it was really low key. There wasn't really anyone there. But I reported on it and stuff like that. It's on my channel. So let's see. So this is the conversation between Michelle and Supergirl. So the thing I don't understand is, okay, so they were engaged or something like that. I mean, well, obviously, if she was his fiance, then they were engaged. But what I'm trying to say is, the moment all of this stuff comes up, she immediately turncoats and backstabs him without hearing him out or anything like that. And I saw a image from her Facebook just not a few months ago, but a few months before all of this happened, where she's talking about how much Vic has opened her eyes and all this stuff, and then she just does this, and then she backstabs him and does this to everybody. I mean, yeah, that ain't a woman worth keeping around. That ain't a woman worth keeping around. She would. I mean, to be honest, she would stand by you through thick and thin. And this person clearly didn't do any of that. This person didn't do any of that. Instead, she turned a blind eye and stabbed you in the back, man. I'm so sorry that happened, Vic, if you're watching this. That's just tragic. That's just really tragic and really bad. But anyway. Oh, sorry about that. Let me, Okay, so, let me see here. Same conversation. Duper Girl? It's Supergirl, morons. What a wonderful woman. Supergirl outed herself in this tweet. Not only did she not do what Michelle asked, but she dragged her into this. I dragged her in. Oh, that was you, David. Okay. Okay, let me just load that up here. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So, hey, I didn't mean to be intrusive, but I'm wondering if you will be kindly willing to talk about your experiences with the forum Pretty Ugly Little Liars. I know they witch hunt. I just want to know what you've been through since they're up to no good again. Okay, well, I'll spread that. I'll definitely spread that around, man. I'll spread that. So anyway, but I'll do it after the stream though. Maybe give it about like 15 or 20 minutes, I guess. But biggest argument in anime used to, yeah, exactly. I mean, granted, I was born in the late 90s, but I to be honest with you guys, I didn't really get into anime until I was in high school because I didn't know about it. I didn't know that it existed, and so I completely missed out on the whole dub versus sub thing. But I mean, I did some research and it was huge. It was huge back in the early 2000s. It was enormous, but it was really ugly too. But I suggested in the reply that maybe Amish could interview her. Okay, yeah, that's a possibility. Watching SWV try and downplay Michelle Specht is funny but sad at the same time, especially when they try to X Scorned card. Like, we don't know what happened between them. She could have been the one to break it off. Well, I'm really not going to get into that, but again, what I believe happened was she heard about all of this, and rather than talk with Vic about it, she just stabbed him in the back and left him. Which is really messed up. That's very messed up, and it's very bad. It's very bad. Oh my gosh, that's just really, that sucks. That just sucks. That's cool. That's cool. Vic in a Captain America outfit. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. So... Oh, come on! This is just insulting to Ness. This is just insulting to Ness. Why would you do that? Oh, come on! Now they're dragging it. Oh, come on! Now they're dragging Monty Oum into this. You gotta be kidding me! All right. I have no idea who this poor Jared person is, but it appears that the Lickers are trying to tie him together with Vic. Well, here's the thing: Jared's story and Vic's story are almost the same thing. Granted, they're in completely different work environments, but they're almost the same thing. The difference here, the critical difference, is that Jared's story, the people that are against him actually have proof. There are photos, there's video, there are Tumblr posts, there's a ton of stuff that literally buries him in the ground, that buries his career in the ground at this point, because of what he did. And contrast that with Vic, who has been kicked to the curb, is still being kicked to the curb, at least by the main accusers, and not a single shred of evidence has come up. Not a single shred of evidence has come up. But yeah, so Jared's story is... I mean, it's more likely that that Jared's story happened than Vic's at this point. Because, again, there's proof. There's actual proof. Jared's accusers actually brought forth evidence. There are photos online. I'm sure some of you guys in the chat have actually seen them, and they're really disgusting. But, I mean, either way, I mean, it's... The proof factor is crucial. It's crucial. And these people keep forgetting that. They keep forgetting that. But anyway. A worm has more brain activity than Vic stands? Oh, come on! Funny, I could say the same exact thing about the Kick Vic side. I could say the same thing about the Kick Vic side. They have about as much intelligence as an amiibo. As an amiibo. You know, one of those Nintendo figurines? They have about as much intelligence as those things do. When you're not using them in a game or anything like that. But, yeah, so... Supergirl posted this. So she's basically taking our tweets, our various tweets and stuff like that, so... That's not good. At least not... Well, I mean, that's not good for them to slander us with them anyway, but... Actually, I wonder if they took any of my tweets, actually. Let me, I mean, I didn't make many involving this case, but... Here, let me, just so I don't lose my place. Nope, okay. Sorry, just had to check that. So, anyway. Let's see, Ty is implying that Vic had contracts canceled by Disney. You lie. Okay, now this, when I heard this, I was literally rolling on the floor laughing, because now these guys literally want to take Vic to court for having dreams about him. For having dreams about him. I don't think that's his problem, I think you're just obsessed. Personally, I think you're just obsessed. I think... I mean... it would certainly line up. It would certainly line up. But... the stupidity of these people is mind-numbing. Yeah, the Kick Vic side stupidity is very telling. It's very telling about the kind of people that we're dealing with. IIED would not work here for that class action. For background, I met Vic in the mid-2000s when I went to my first and only anime convention. The experience with Vic made me so uncomfortable, I stopped watching anime almost completely. Yeah, you're lying straight out. You're full of it. You're full of it, my friend. But most cons wouldn't make official statements. Like most players in the entertainment industry, they just don't book you anymore. Really? Then why on earth did they redact Vic Mignogna and then reinstate him? Why did they do that, and why did they make a public announcement about it? Idiot. Stock might help you. It's been floating around. Oh, okay. I think that yeah, I think I've already seen this. It's kind of stupid, but I think this person needs a psych ward if they think dreams warrant suing Vic. We need we actually need a website of our own for the Stand With Vic side. Someone needs to get that up. Someone needs to get this. Someone needs to get that up. I mean, I'd join in a heartbeat personally. skip forward a little bit more. What will happen if Vic actually wins? He will get blacklisted in the industry because no one wants to hear the word. Wants to work with someone who will sue you. I don't think that's gonna happen. That's not gonna happen because okay. So another thing that's happened since my last stream is that Funimation now has a new boss. They now have a new CEO, but the boss is essentially the boss is basically the former Crunchyroll boss. And the thing is, again, Funny at this point is relying on Sony. I mean, I'm not talking about Ron and Monica because they've already hired an attorney. I'm talking about Funimation itself as its own entity. In this case, they're relying on Sony at this point to come and save them. Here's the thing. Sony will not want to do this. They don't want to do this because of all this stuff that Funimation has been doing. They don't want to deal with any of this. And on top of that, Funimation is also being sued by another company for a patent infringement. I looked into that as well. Apparently they oh my gosh, apparently they really screwed up with this mobile app of some kind or something like that. I want to say it's called like Koji or something like that. It's like it's some streaming app or something, but they screwed up with the app somehow. So, but yeah, so they're being sued twice over, and on top of that, there's a little elephant in Japan that really needs to keep being mentioned in this whole situation. Toei Animation. Because here's what I think's gonna happen. So, even if by the smallest amount of hypotheticalness you can imagine, even if somehow Funimation ends up coming out on top, even if they come out on top, they still have Toei to deal with, because here's the thing, in the midst of this entire situation, they've been treating the Dragon Ball fanbase like they're trash for not believing these victims and not agreeing with what they're saying. And Toei is not going to have any of that. And if Toei takes them to court for this, if they sue them, if they sue Funimation and if they take them to court for this, Funimation is going to have to answer for everything. Well, if it's not brought up during this trial, that is. But but again, like I don't know. I don't see Funimation lasting this. I don't see Funimation surviving this. They're dead. They're dead in the water. Honestly, it'll be a miracle if they survive it. In my opinion. But what will happen if Vic actually wins? He won't. Vic's already admitted that several incidents occurred, just not the way the victims described. You can only that on victim testimony so many times before the common denominator becomes obvious. Time to recast, everyone. I'm up for a lower budget dub or ocean dubs. Exactly! I would love to see a full ocean dub. I would love that. Because I was able to watch some Dragon Ball when I was a kid, but it really wasn't that consistently, because I watched some of the ocean dub and I really liked that one. Even though it gets kind of panned today in a way. At least when compared to the masterful Funimation dub that people claim to exist. But it's, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, but like I watched the ocean dub and I liked it. I liked it for what it was. But the thing I don't understand is there any way to get like an ocean dub of Kai? Because I heard that there was one being made, but I would love to watch that version of Kai, to be honest. I mean, to see Ocean's take on it after so many years. Is is there one out there? I don't know. I don't know. The Southeast Asian dubs seem very low budget. Well, I've never really heard it. I've never really heard them, so I can't really judge that. But anyway. Here's the thing. Once again, this person is forgetting about proof. They're forgetting about proof. Because, here's the thing. I've seen that, report where Vic, admitted to several incidents occurring. But the only one that I've ever actually seen, but that was in writing. That was in writing. The only thing that I've actually ever seen Vic confess to is the over-affection at cons. As in, the hugging. And, again, I mean, I just don't see any of this adding up. I don't see any of this holding on in court whatsoever. Unless something radical happens. But at this point, I doubt that's going to happen. Realistically, yeah, he'd be blacklisted from working in the anime voice actor industry, but he's got other gigs outside, so he will be fine. If his fan base, his hardcore ones, wasn't made of mostly anime fans, this would be seen as a huge blow to him, but it's really not. It's a hindrance, yeah, but he will be blacklisted from working in anime, but he'd still be dubbing cartoon and video games and stuff. He'll sing his Christian song to his religious fan base, so he's not out of work. It's just realistically he wouldn't be a problem in the anime community. In its other community that would have to deal with this. Wow, this person is very grammatically intolerant. So, oh my gosh. Is it also true that Mars Girl got served spoliation of evidence papers in the past? Well, I'm not really sure, because, to be honest, because to be honest, I mean, I don't really know if, the heck? Yamcha, no. But anyway. The heck? What the heck? Oh my gosh, that's horrible. That's horrible. Oh, okay. Okay, so not to destroy evidence. Okay. Um. Okay, okay, yeah, we're getting closer and closer to to the, um, to the final page, so. I think I'll read a few more, and then, I think I'll read up to that, and then we'll, and then we'll just chat for a little bit. But anyway. The thing with Ren seemed to really unhinge him further. I'm gonna skip this one, but if anyone who wants to give the TLDR. Tumblr? Tumblr? I don't know. Boner is strong with that one. Ah, jeez. That sucks. I don't support harassment at all unless it's fascist. Vic deserves to not work in the VA business anymore, but I doubt Stans realize that a lot of people who don't like him don't want to harass him. Here's the thing! Why wouldn't they want to harass him? If they don't like the guy and he's big and popular, why wouldn't they want to harass him? Why not? Let me see. Okay, sure thing, David. But anyway. think the biggest non-anime related game he's done work for is Star Trek Online, which he did some minor voice work for. No major or heavily recurring characters, just limited minor characters for a couple of missions in the game. There has been some fan debate in the Star Trek Online community about if they should re-record his lines. Yeah, the same thing happened with the Broly movie, and look what happened. Look what happened. I'm not sober and confused. What the heck happened? They tried that. I'd hope for KF to get dragged in. Get dragged in. KF is still going even after the tragedy in Christchurch. Yeah, that was a major tragedy indeed. But anyway, so read the current lawsuit, and also it was not dropped. There was a dismissal with prejudice, but I have not seen the dismissal actual order. Oh, speaking of which, I'm actually looking forward to reading the transcript of the deposition, because oh, here we go. Now, this is the thing that I was talking about with Jamie with the unsuccessful attempts. So, but what I was saying was, I'm actually looking forward to reading the transcript from the deposition, because to my knowledge, it's, I mean, much like the lawsuit documents themselves, once the deposition's done with, that transcript is going to be available to the public. So I'm looking forward to reading it. Maybe on a stream or maybe pre-recorded. I don't really know. We're still a little bit away from that. But let's see. Attempted service at the home address. There was no answer at the door. When I went back to the car, I could see someone looking out the window. I went back and knocked on the door and rang the doorbell. I still didn't get an answer. A vehicle belonging to the defendant was parked in front of the home. I left a card on the door for a callback. Attempted service at the above address. There was no answer at the door. Third, I attempted service at the above address. There was no answer. Fourth, I attempted service at the above address. There was no answer at the door. A white BMW that belonged to the defendant was parked in front of the home. I checked for other vehicles registered to the defendant and at the same address. It appeared that the BMW that was parked out front was the only vehicle registered to the defendant. The blinds were open downstairs. I sat across the street where the defendant would not be able to see me until about 1:05. At that time, an Encore utility truck arrived at the defendant's home. The driver got out and went to the defendant's door. I pulled in front of the home. Yeah, I pulled in front of the door to block them from walking out. I pulled in front of the home and waited. The defendant did not open the door. The Encore driver left the home as shown in Exhibit A, which also shows the vehicle registered to the defendant. The Encore driver sat in his truck for about 10 minutes and then left. I stayed another 10 minutes and left. Fifth, I attempted service at the above address. There were a couple of 5-gallon bottles of water at the door. I pulled across the street and waited a moment. There was a FedEx truck that pulled up and delivered a carpet by leaving it at the door. I left a card on the carpet roll. I have made diligent efforts to deliver said papers to Jamie Marchi. I have made numerous attempts at her residence as described above. I believe an efficient way to effect service is by leaving a copy with anyone under 16 years of age, or by securely attaching the citation with the plaintiff's original petition attached to the front door of Jamie Marchi's residence. That's another thing that I actually forgot to talk about at the very beginning of this stream, so I apologize to anyone watching after the fact or to you guys in the chat. But Soye said that, he welcomes court. He welcomes it. He wants it. He wants it. He has nothing to hide. All of this stuff. And then as soon as the deposition process begins, Jamie Marchi is nowhere to be found. And not only that, but I believe Ron's also gone radio silent about the whole thing. So what changed? What changed? Was it the fact that this was no longer pretend? Was it the fact that You realize you were being called out? Or are you just that much of a slime ball? But yeah, what changed? What happened? What happened to having nothing to hide? What happened to being out in the open? Jamie, if you're watching this video, what happened to your bravado? What happened to being a strong woman who stands up and who isn't afraid to go to court for something that she believes in? What happened to that, Jamie? What happened to that, Jamie? I'll tell you. That attitude is a fallacy. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy in his early 20s who knows nothing. Right? I'm just a trash Dragon Ball fan. Right? I'm just a Vic stan. Right? I'm just a harasser. Oh my gosh. What is funny is when you look at Monica and husband Ron, never mentioned but work husband. Monica doesn't mention fiance. Oh wow, okay. So let's see. Sorry. I think I might be coming down with something, but let's see. Let's just go all the way to 417. Oh my gosh, I did not need to see that! Ah! 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 I will never be able to unsee that. Ah! I need some bleach. I need to put some freaking bleach in my eyes. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. Okay. Woo! Alright. Alright. Wait, what? I'm sorry to any viewers watching this, but I'm responding to someone in the chat, David, who says it's an old Funimation promo pic. This is an old Funimation promotional picture? This is an old picture? Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh. Here, actually, let me send that off to Ty, actually. Although, my best guess is that someone already has, but let's see. Yep. Okay, so let me see here. Whoops. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Bleach your eyes with the anime's filler arc. Oh my gosh! Yeah, pretty much. Or just picture Ren in a bikini. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But anyway. Oh my gosh. So. Oh my gosh. So, this was 8 minutes ago. Let's just refresh this though and see if anything new has come up. Nope, my bad. Nope, okay. So, hang on. Okay, so what do you guys think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen with this entire situation now? Because I wonder whose idea it was to use that as a promo pic. I don't know, man. I mean, I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen what do you guys think is going to happen at the deposition? I guess legal. I don't know. I mean, I know you just took your bar exam in, but I mean, I mean, because I've proctored the not really the bar, but I've proctored the LSAT and the MPRE numerous times. Once she gets served and gets her own lawyer. That's true. Well, that's true. I mean, cause sorry, I'm just checking my my final grades right now. Let's see. Before the deposition is the court hearing. Big difference. Okay. Oh my gosh. I did it! Yay! Oh my gosh. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Okay. Let's take a look at next one. I just sent the picture off to him, you know, saying he's doing a wonderful job by helping Vic out and just thanking him for it. So come on, please tell me it's up. Please tell me it's up. Nope, still nothing. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So for those of you guys who don't know, I was really freaked out because I had a class that I thought I failed, and it turned out that because what happened was one of my tests or something like that hadn't been put in by the teacher, and I didn't realize that, and so it brought my grade all the way up to an A. It brought my grade all the way up to an A because originally it was like a C or something like that, but now I have an 85 in the class. So I'm like yay, thank you. Now I'm just waiting on the other class for it. Oh, who's his daughter? I think I already followed her, but let me see. I don't know. I mean, I might do more streams covering this if it's updated. I mean, but okay. So, the funny thing is, the other day, Jules and I went out to get a copy of Saints Row the Third for the Switch, right? So we go out there, and literally everywhere we went was out of it. That was on like the 13th, and the game came out, I believe, on the 10th for the Switch or something like that. But literally, I mean, it. Maybe I'll get back to you. Okay, yeah, sure thing, man. Message me on Twitter. Speaking of which, I'll be right back. Give me a few minutes. Sorry about that. So, okay, so I got a few more chats here, and then I'll end this at 11:30. So, thanks a lot, Jules. Thanks a lot, Betty. Okay, so I wonder if Marky agrees to cheat on Ron. Will he pay for her lawyer as well? If Marky agrees to cheat on Ron. Oh my gosh. I mean, if anything, okay. The Kick Vic side, literally, they're more damaged than Shane Holmberg's chair is at this point. They're more damaged than Shane Holmberg's chair is. And I don't mean that lightly. But oh my gosh. I mean, the way this whole thing started, this whole thing has just been hilarious to me. Because I'm like, well, on the Kick Vic side, it has been hilarious to me. Because they've been flopping over each other, they've been attacking... Pardon me. They've been attacking people. They've been threatening people. They're basically the anime version of Konami. They're the anime version of Konami. Now, where they're like, they don't care about what they're doing. They don't care about, what they're doing unless they profit off of it. And as Jim Sterling said in one of his videos, I'm gonna paraphrase it here. I just watch as Kickvic burns all of its bridges and makes a fool of itself. As Funimation burns all of their bridges that they've built up over the years and makes a fool of itself. Brianna Beard. Okay, I'll go follow her. Let me just search her up here. I think I already do though, but now it's bronchitis, Arlo. Ah, Arlo. Oops. Oh, I do follow her. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, but yeah, guys, if you're watching this after the fact, definitely go follow her, go follow Ty and stuff like that as well. If you guys want to, if you guys want to help the channel out any, it's completely optional, of course, but there's a PayPal link in the description, and any amount of money will help. Any amount of money will help me, you know, in terms of upgrading my equipment and stuff like that when I need to, and stuff. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Jameson, to David, to Jules for tuning in to this. I really appreciate it. Spread this video around, even though it's a really beefy one at this point. It's like almost 2 hours. It's almost 2 hours long. Geez. But hey, at least we didn't keep getting automatically disconnected, like we did in the last one, where I had to pull those videos down. I mean, I didn't delete them, but I had to pull them down. And I had to edit them together into one big video and upload it. So that's why, let me go to my channel for a second. Come on. If this loads. Come on. I guess the internet's acting up. I don't know. Let me see. Okay.